In this video, I'm going to reveal my 3 best revenue streams as an online entrepreneur that potentially will spark some ideas for you to bring some more business into your business. Welcome, my name is Kaye Putnam. I'm the psychology-driven brand strategist. Here on the channel, I release most weekly videos on business, branding, entrepreneurship, and everything that entails. So glad that you are here hanging out. Welcome. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the little bell will notify you whenever I release a new video. Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur, maybe I didn't say, but I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I actually started my first business when I was 16, but that was a different business altogether. This current business I started right after my first child was born, so that was 8 years ago now. And in this process, it's been an evolution, as most businesses are, and I'll share a little bit more about that. But I've grown it to multiple 6 figures, and I've had over 1,000 students in my online courses and programs. A little hint about what's to come, and it's just been an honor and a privilege. So let me share a little bit more about what actually is bringing in money and what isn't bringing in money into my business, even though I still do it. All right, so my 3 best revenue streams. Best one to this day is still live programs and live launches of my course, various courses and programs. So the ones that I run live, I have a course called the Brand Advantage, which is a 30-day sprint for building your brand. And then I have a new 6-month mentorship program for more advanced entrepreneurs called the Amplify Accelerator. And those 2, along with other courses that I run live in the past, tend to bring in the biggest chunk of revenue. It's split pretty equally with the Evergreen courses, which I'll talk about next, but they just tend to work better because people respond and enjoy being in live experiences, like actually getting live interaction with both the other students in the course and then with me as the instructor and my other coaches that I have in my courses. So those tend to sell the best. We get the biggest influxes of capital whenever we do a live launch. And yeah, they work really, really well. If you've perhaps sold Evergreen courses in the past or only sold services in the past, I highly recommend moving into some live courses because you get the live feedback that enable the next revenue stream of mine, which is Evergreen courses. So Evergreen courses are, right now at the time of this recording, I have kind of 2 categories. I have my 12 brand archetype courses that are available all of the time. And I have my brand new brand flagship program, which is how to build a brand step by step by step. And that is also available on demand all of the time. I've run brand new brand live in the past. And I've even done some live launches of brand fluency, but the Evergreen courses sell pretty much every day, day in and day out. I actually have another video about how I set up that system to create daily course sales of my Evergreen courses that you can check out in the description. So that makes up the other half of the biggest chunk of revenue for my business. So together with live courses plus Evergreen, it makes up currently about 70% of my business revenue. And this is intentional because before I sold courses, it was 0%, right? I had many years in business where I was only selling one-on-one services. Adding courses was incredibly intentional, and I've had different phases where I've focused on getting more and more and more of my revenue through these online courses because for many reasons. I adore working with students. I love seeing the transformation that happens in that process. And for me, it's scalable, so I can help many more people than I can, and I can sell them for much less of an investment than what my one-on-one services cost. So it's a win for everybody all around, and I'm really excited that it is making up so much of my revenue these days. Because when I first launched, obviously it was 0%, and then there's many like grades in between where it was 10% of my revenue, and then for a while it was 25% and 50%, and now it's, I'm proud to say, the bulk of my revenue. The other biggest chunk of my business is my one-on-one clients, and this has looked different over the years. I've recently stopped taking long-term agency style clients altogether, and I've shifted my one-on-one work to be consultation only. So I work with one-on-one clients with a VIP 1-day intensive, and we create their brand strategy for them. So I meet with the founder, the visionary, the amazing human for between a 3 and 4 hour VIP day, get everything out of their brain, and then I have help on my team, and we create what I call a brand source book. So I have a copywriter that is taking all of the words and formatting it into the brand strategy, and then I have a designer that's creating the overall visual style, the direction, and documenting any standards that are already in place for each of those clients. And we deliver all of it in a brand source book. Typically between like somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks, we deliver that source book to the client. So it's a really quick turnaround for them, and I get to do what I do best, which is the brand strategy. So that's really exciting, and it makes up probably about 25% of, or let's say 20%, because we're 70, 25. Yeah, okay, I want to make sure that we add up to 100. So we're 70 plus 25, and then we're left with that 5%. So those 3 that I already covered are my best revenue streams by far. And as kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, I have a few other small revenue streams, but if I were to plump them all together, they only make up about 5% of my total revenue. And this would include affiliate sales for other people's products and software. And it also includes the little bits of revenue that I get from YouTube monetization. I think that pretty much covers it. So I'm part of a few different affiliate programs, including Teachable, where my online courses are. I'm an affiliate for my quiz platform, which is Try Interact, and for Creative Market, where I get a lot of different assets for my brand and for client brands. So all of those, I have small little bits of income that come in through those revenue streams. And then I just recently turned on YouTube monetization, and then that's just a little trickle of money that's coming in as well. So I think that those ones tend to be what you would expect when it comes to revenue streams. Like, you would think that those would play a larger role, but in my experience, and what I'd like you to take into your brand as the lesson here, is creating your own intellectual property is one of the best business models that you can have. And maybe you're selling your own product, like more of a physical product that you're designing and selling, or you're designing your own informational type of product. This is the way, at least in my experience, that you'll generate the most revenue the fastest. And like I said, the courses have been a ramp-up process. The easiest way to get started is just to sell one-on-one services, and it feeds into the production of online courses and informational products really beautifully, because you get real world results for clients, and you can kind of tweak and adjust on the fly to make sure that once you move into those group experiences, that you're going to get the very best results for the clients in that group container. So there you have it. Those are my top 3 revenue streams that generate by far the most amount of money, and then that like miscellaneous category that is buying me coffee each day in to bring us to that 100%. A little bit vulnerable to share, I guess, to break down the money, to look at it at this granular level. If you found this helpful in any way, please hit that thumbs up, press subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos. It truly helps with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.